member from Windsor-Tecumseh.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Deputy Premier. Good morning. Criteria for Ontario's Disaster Recovery Assistance Program were written in the last century. Sewer backup claims during torrential rainfalls aren't covered. In our area, we had more than 6,000 homes flooded recently. The Minister of Municipal Affairs took a look and says few of them will qualify under the existing guidelines. Well, duh, let's change the guidelines. Speaker, climate change is real. Torrential downpours causing sewer backups are the norm in this century. When will this government accept this, change the rules so people can get some help as they try to recover from natural disasters?
Minister of Municipal Affairs.
Speaker, thank you very much. Thank you to the member for the question. He's accurate. I had the opportunity to be in Windsor yesterday for the second time within a year, unfortunately, related to significant flooding in that particular community. Speaker, at the heart of his question is about private insurance for sewage backup. Before I made the comments publicly yesterday and last week when we activated the program, I checked. It is made known to me that insurance is broadly and readily available for sewage backup in these instances. And I don't think, speaking, that most of the public would expect the province of Ontario and all of their taxpayers to be supporting or paying for something for which there is private sector insurance readily available. At the end of the day, Speaker, the program is there to deal with overland flooding. The reason it deals with overland flooding is because there is no private sector insurance.
Since I'm not 100% sure, I think somebody avoided a second time.
And the reason the program is structured the way it is structured, Speaker, is to deal with overland flooding, and that is because there is no readily available private sector insurance to deal with that particular issue.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Well, Speaker, some private insurance companies have cut off people without warning. Some of them cap claims at ridiculous amounts. Municipalities have been building better sewers for years. Windsor's mayor says floods from this last storm caused $175 million in damage in his city alone. Such storms are hitting all across Ontario. The evidence is in. We need a decision. When will this government do the right thing, change the guidelines, and offer real hope for people affected by natural disasters?
Speaker, we recently changed the program to relieve local municipalities of the requirement to have a local fundraising effort or a committee, so we've made it better already. But at the heart of the issue, Speaker, this is ultimately about infrastructure. And I would say quite openly and proudly that there's probably not another provincial government in this country that has a better record of investing in infrastructure, including in cities like Windsor, since we came to government in 2003. The most recent example of that being the Clean Water Wastewater Fund, Speaker, first announced by the federal government as a 50% federal, 50% municipal fund only. Many municipalities would not have been able to tap into that. I worked very hard along with the Minister of Infrastructure and our Premier to bring $270 million new dollars into that fund, the Clean Water Wastewater Fund from the federal government, to help our municipalities even more than we have been for a great number of years to deal with their infrastructure issues. At the end of the day, that's what this is about, and I made the point, Speaker, that we all have a role to play. Individuals can avail themselves of programs that are available. Municipalities need to plan their communities appropriately and invest in infrastructure, and the provinces and the federal government also.
Thank you. New question.